Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to this again. Hi. Look at this, guys. This is actually kind of crazy. Wait. This, the battery. Well, it might seem like it's showing 2 lines, but it's showing 1 line. And I've noticed that it barely ever exceeds this 1 line, thus leading me to think that the battery is slowly but surely getting cooked. In any case, I will be working on this tonight or today, and thus means I need to find out how to actually add. Also, I've noticed that apparently this is not something that's just me, but apparently more than just me, people are noticing lagging when using Firefox, and it is really noticeable. Weirdly enough, when it is in full screen, it is worse. And I don't really get why. Anyways, quickly search if I can find anything. The fabric documentation. Quickly look at this. Now it is lagging. Cal developer guides. Now I need to find out on items. Custom, probably under custom food. The thing is, I don't want to... this just... Oh. This is not good. Now this is stupid. Kind of a problem. Kind of a really stupid problem at that, actually. It is a really, really, really useless problem. Now this makes this a lot more difficult. Written for, well... Probably this. Oh, this is dumb. Well, though, does it maybe just not exist yet? Food items. Oh man. Does this exist in... This is not optimal. As we know, the potion has been added. The watermelon drink. And I'll look into the video again. Come on, YouTube, load in. Playlists. There is way too much Hytale stuff. Damn. Where is it? Fabric.
Let's set up Minecraft.
Okay, so custom. Custom food and fuel, probably.
Let's burn hot and bright and eat. If you want to make a drink instead of a food, that is totally fine. But you will need for your custom food to be a drink, you need to make a custom item class for it. And then in that item class, I'm just going to type this out just so that you... If you want to make a drink...
We just compared this.
Drink instead of a food, that is totally fine. But you will need for your custom food to be a drink.
Interesting. So he put them under a custom. That is actually an interesting idea. Now I wonder if custom stew item under custom refactor, if then any issues occur. However, I do not expect that.
Drink, you need to make a custom item class for it, and then in that item class, I'm just going to type this out just so that you've seen this before. You want to override the get use action method right here and return.
Can't be real. How does he type that out?
This before. You want to override the get use action method.
But then what does he have in this class? Bro, this is too crazy.
To be a drink, you need to make a custom item class for it. And then in that item class, I'm just going to type this out just so that you've seen this before. You want to override the get use action method right here and return the use action of a drink in this case, and there we go. That's literally the...
Bro, I literally did that. That doesn't work. Now I did try to just remove this last time. And it didn't work. So we're going to just try again. Should we going to stop this? Do I need the super settings? Not necessarily, but I do. Okay, I do.
Only thing you need to do. But if you do want to have a drink, then you need to make a custom item class with that, and then you're good to go. The rest of this basically stays the same. Then you simply want to go to the mod items class and actually register that item. So we're going to have a public static final, and it's going to be an item here. I'm going to call this the cauliflower equal to the register item method. There's going to be the cauliflower. There you go. And there's going to be a new item in this case, where we'll make new item.settings. And here we simply call the .food method and add mod food components .cauliflower, and we can end it with a semicolon, and there you go. Of course, if you make the custom item class for your custom drink, right? Let's say, for example, you call it a drink item, then you would literally just replace the new item here with the new drink item, and then you'll be good to go.
No, there is no way. Oh no, I did do that. I'm not stupid. Oh, I can't be inside. It cannot be this difficult to do, otherwise I will be abso-freaking-lutely cooked. Also, but you know the same goes if I do manage to do it. Okay. What the hell? What have I created? Ultra wide. Ultra wide. Alright. You know the issue is here. This I was wondering, maybe I need maybe I just need to do this. Maybe I need to just make a potion. You know? But the issue is, due to it being a potion, it will be registered like a normal potion. This is kind of dumb. What the hell? Oh, this I didn't know. Well, anyways, you know, the issue is if we go scroll down here, where all my foods are that I've added so far. Did I ever compare this to an actual slime ball? Because this is literally greener. Well, this is quite yellow, so I guess that makes sense. Anyways, you know, the thing is, this... I honestly do not really get it. What I also don't get is why my internet connection is so bad. Twitch is again not allowing me to lower the resolution. Well, well, well. Well, okay. Maybe it helps if maybe... I know this sounds weird, but maybe I just have to add the model. I do not think so. But who knows? Also, I'll re-add all this. I don't know if it needs to exist. One usage. And this... Well, this just doesn't have a usage. Oh, this is so stupid. Literally just doesn't. That's what I don't get. This... Actually, can I do this? Get use action. Public use action, get use action item stack, consumable component. I could make it use action block. I wonder if that technically works. I just want to try, because if that works, then I know that it's just wrongfully, you know, wrong, I guess. Because if I can use action block, then it should just, you know, like, do this, you know, in front of you, like, stop, type R. And thus, technically, I should be able to block with a no texture item type of thing. Let's see. What? So it does work. What? What? But the animations are always the same. It's just literally the sounds. It's the sounds. It's just purely the sounds that are wrong. And the particles, I guess. So, drink. What can I use? Dots. Eat brush bonus. Me bombo. Toot horn. Then can I? You know, this is really weird. I don't get it. Technically, this should mean no particles. I could literally just make it use action 0, like none. No, none. It's not 0. I'm stupid. It's literally none. But that would be kind of cool, you know. Loot table modifiers is also like really cool, and for some reason extremely simple to use. I did not think that would just work. Anyways, apparently all the other stuff, the stew items, should still work, because this does have uses. So we're going to attempt this again. And we're going to try to just register all the models. It is called watermelon drink. We can just copy that. Do I already have that here? I do not. I can just add that, I guess. And that would then be watermelon drink. There we go. That would be that, right? Now, just quickly make just something. Drink. Watermelon drink. Perfect. Then in this here too. Drink. Watermelon drink. Now, I, however, do not think that we'll be getting anything out of here. And a recipe we can... I don't know even. A recipe. I could already make a recipe. It should be pretty easy. I figure we use a bottle and like 2 melon slices or something. Or a single melon slice. I don't know, I could just do some artistic freedom and make it also use sugar. But I don't know if that would be too much, you know, using watermelon and sugar and a bottle. I don't know if that's too much. Oh, I should make new cable mounts for my desk here. They are slowly but surely giving up. Crap. Well, except for the keyboard one, it's still going strong. Which is good, I guess. Right. Good, so we'll add a crafting recipe. Do I have just one shapeless one? Doesn't even really matter which one. Going with mud soup, that is a shapeless one. Shapeless, and we're going to use Minecraft glass, a bottle, and Minecraft melon. I guess it's called melon slice, but I can test that. There should be a melon slice, right? Melon slice. Perfect. Well, that would then give you the watermelon drink. So I've added everything. It even has a texture now. So if we rerun this... I know I just very forcefully crashed this. But if we rerun this... technically, it should work. Just technically. It probably will not. That is totally fine. But it would be cool if it did, you know. Wait, that is so weird. Can I try out? I need to go game mode survival and use a difficulty that is higher. Actually, let's go normal. And now go to I can just do that. Survival mode. Now I run around a bit. I know it's probably laggy as hell, It's laggy for me even. Why ever the hell? I'm only getting 17 FPS. Probably because I'm screen recording, it doesn't really like that. Can I please get some hunger? uh Hunger. Bruh. Why am I not getting hunger? There we go. So that at least works. How is it actually called? That's not how this is supposed to work. Wait. Oh, they're not stackable. Wait, our water ball is stackable. These are stackable though. These are stackable. Oh. Ay ay ay. Right. Difficult here. Very difficult. So for some reason, it doesn't override it totally, completely, fully. Which is a weird thing. And that is not only weird, it doesn't make much sense. Also, I need to find out how I can use this to not override the stack, but to just add a new one. So yeah. Uh, so I'll first try to find out what the hell is going on with the sounds. If I can get that found out, we'll try the thing. Does that actually work? Is it lying or is it not? Whoa. Can we just have entity eat something? Entity drink actually? Or something, just drink? Entity generic drink. Wait, which one allowed me to go to this? There, go to super. Go to super method. Can I go here? Go, there's no super method. Of course there's no super. Mmm. Hmm. I hate Twitch. No, actually, no, not just Twitch. I literally hate whatever the hell it's doing. Wait, but when I delete this, it's just, no, it's not doing anything. But then why? Wait, mod food components. No, curve mod item. New new item settings, food, mod food component. Thing. It is literally oh, interesting. Source main. This stuff. Oh, this is gold. This could be worth gold, guys. Override. Drink utils. Is this... What the hell is drink utils? Oh no. What is drink utils? Drink utils Java. Hello there. I am confused as to what this is, but maybe we can get this done without the this vart. Not sure. Not sure if this is possible. Wait. I have to put this. I have done this here. Super, and it's just super settings, but can I add this to it? No, no, no. Can I? It's overriding. Oh, this is so stupid. No, this is the right thing. So it is get use. No, no, get use. Get public item use animation. Get use animation. Item use animation. Does this work? Can I import this? Of course. Doesn't exist. Just doesn't like this. How? This can't be. It cannot be. Huh. You know, they say to add honey bottle code. But you know, the issue is in where is this? Nowhere, I have no idea. This is also no idea, also no this is food components. Now I've opened this already. And it's just not it. And this one, well, it literally is a different consumable component. And this one's just here. Can I search in here? In items.java, please. There. Food components honeybot. Can I just wait, wait. Items.java. Register. New item settings. And then the dot. Right. Can I just dots? Use remainder. Oh my god. Oh, this is interesting. What? Cooked spider leg is never used. Oh, I edited the wrong freaking line. I should edit this one probably. However, the food components.java just suggests these things. That is all I'm adding. However, the consumable components... Ah, maybe that could work. Maybe this could actually work. zoom the component. No. There. Zoom the components so the honey bottle. This is the mod food component. Oh, could this work? If oh my god, if I've actually done it. No, just crash this. Why do I keep doing this on the wrong one? Now run it. I wonder very much if this might work. I wonder. That is really what I wonder. If this works, right? If this works. Then technically we should be able to drink this and have the honey bottle drink sound. Please. And there's no more particles. I am just too good. I found it out. Now there is just the issue. The it has a dot recipe remainder glass bottle, which I have no idea what it does. Now I do wonder though. It probably doesn't need this. Or it doesn't actually need an override for this. And just as well, I wonder. We need a dot max count. Probably somewhere. No. Dot max count 16. And what I wondered is the recipe remainder. Now this is what I don't get. How can this be just a glass bottle? If we just go up on and look at the Wow. That is too crazy. That they've split this all up into so many files, you know, it makes sense. But they have consumable components and food components. The consumable components barely only exist. No, they do not only exist for this. I could make it. Technically, I could make a consumable component only for this thing, so it has the actual drink sound. Because we have the food components. Could I just make a public class? Public class mod consumable components. I don't even know if this is how that works. And then just have a public static final. What do you want? I do allow it here. So apparently this does not work the way I want it. So we're going to make a new file that has the mod consumable components. Mod consumable components, and we just remove all of this except for like the watermelon drink. We'll leave that. Now watermelon drink. Now we need this is a consumable component. Now the consumable components are built up like this. Now this is where the hell is the money bottle drink? There, drink, and then we do this. Now what consumable components? If I just input this, how's it done? New. What does it expect? What does it expect? Maybe it just doesn't need all that. No dot. Does this work? No idea if this works. I mean, I can try. Item. Is there any drink? Entity generic drink? I wonder. Now though, if I go to my mod food compo, no, here. I probably can't use recipe remainder, for some reason. But if I just use water, no, the mod consumable components dot watermelon drink, maybe this works. One warning. An unused import statement. Wow. The consumer component. Yeah, I wonder why. Alright, now if I run this, I should have an item that drinks like a honey bottle but sounds like a water bottle, which is effectively exactly what I need. And if that has worked, then I've reached legend status in whatever I'm doing here, because that is absolutely crazy. I just didn't dig deep enough into the vanilla code. And I probably wasn't very locked in. I'm actually kind of sick right now. Or at least I was. When I woke up, I really didn't feel well. I cannot believe this. It literally just works. So I can do a 16 stack. Now the only issue, it's probably always drinkable, I would guess. I think the other ones are too. Now, however, I made a screenshot. How? Wow. Yeah, this is the only issue I have right now. When I drink... when I drink it, it just doesn't work the way it should work. Now with the soups, this does work. Well, actually, does it? If I / give mod soup 3 times, I have 3 soups. Now I need hunger, so I'll just give myself instant damage like twice or thrice. more than that. Oh yeah, no. Now I should lose hunger. Perfect. If I eat this, I get a bowl. Now I will lose hunger again, right? Now I'll eat this, and I'll get a bowl. Now, I'll be running around, and I'll eat this, and I'll be getting a bowl. Now, if I get myself some other stew, like a mushroom stew, 3 times, and I eat this. Oh, what? That it actually does work like that? But these are stackable though. That's what I don't get. Why doesn't it auto stack? Probably just so you don't get the illusion of it removing itself from your inventory. But I think this would make more sense if it auto stacked. No, well, technically not, because you're eating it and then it doesn't auto stack. No, it does make sense. No. There, that's what I needed. So the issue thus is that I need to edit my file. This is actually crazy that I just made that work. That is freaking... I don't know if we need a new consume effect. I could give it a new consume effect. What kind of consume effects are there? Status effects. Dot. Not oozing, I meant nausea would actually be a pretty good one. Because you're drinking a drink that has high sugar content, obviously, because watermelons are basically just water and sugar. And if I add sugar to the crafting recipe, this would be pretty lore accurate to real life. So it would remove nausea. You rarely even ever get nausea. So I don't even know what gives you nausea. Is there a potion for that? I think there might be. But also, I did not know that that honey bottle actually removes poison. I did not know that. That's pretty sick, in my opinion. So this is pretty cool. Now we need to just find out. Can basically probably close all these because it now works mysteriously and miraculously just works. A mod consumable component actually needs to go into item. On usage now. Okay, can live with that. So the watermelon drink. Actually, I need to find out what the hell is going on with these, and I'll just remake all the situations real quick. Actually, I did get that working. I did not believe I would get that working. I need to actually try out what happens if I eat a honey bottle in survival without having... What actually happens if you eat... if you eat a honey bottle or drink one for that case, while having your inventory full with not glass bottles. Because if you're drinking them and your inventory is full, then how do you drink them? Because you can't put your glass bottle anywhere, right? So the honey bottle... Bro, can I write that? The honey bottle also is a 16 stack, of course. And it drinks like this. It's always drinkable though. So if I remove my bottles here and I put myself into game mode survival and I drink this, okay, so that is really interesting. But I cannot use the finish use thing because that for some reason doesn't work. Also, could I please have these in one line? I hate this when it's on multiple lines. I mean, it may look cleaner if you do it like this when you have a few things, but when I have so many freaking files, at some point I'm going to have probably more than just one drink, so I honestly don't know. But this is probably the cleanest way to initialize a drink, I'm actually have to say. Because I give it a food component, a consumable component, and then I initialize it. And that all without overrides or anything. Now, if I use my custom stew item, it obviously just... what it does is just overrides the stack with... If the player is not in creative mode, it overrides the stack with a glass bottle. Is what it currently does. But because the stack is not finished, it's not what it should do. Overrides. Okay. Oh. Why is it at override? Ah, no, it isn't at override. That actually does make sense. I'm just stupid. At override item finish stack. Now, there's something it doesn't like. Ah, there's a bracket to fill. Good. Now this should work. I don't need all these freaking comments. Obviously, it needs to return the stack, not a bottle, you dumbass. Let's try this. Retain ownership. What the hell is retain ownership? Oh no. Yeah. Retain ownership. What is? Why does it need an ownership? It's a freaking bottle. It's not that. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, chat. But if this works, I don't know. Many might see me as unethical if I use ChatGPT for helping me code my mod. Oh, I'm still in survival. So I need the watermelon drink. It works in creative, so now if I drink this in survival, it should give me a bottle, a bottle, a bottle, a bottle, a bottle, a bottle. I find it very funny that it still does the burping. What the hell was that? What is that sound? Oh, it works perfectly down to the last one. Ah, shit. So creative mode. Oh god. Okay. So it works. The sounds are still not optimal. The drink sound is a sound. Yeah, no. However, I need to ask it something. I need to ask chat something because I don't know. What is the Identified network if I don't have Ethernet. Identified network if I don't have Ethernet. I just did a freaking 3-second stream or something. Probably. Absolutely diabolical. If YouTube has also done 3, then I honestly don't really know. But I'll end it in a second anyway. Not in a second, but I'll make the texture and then we're done here. But I do want to find out how the saturation modifiers actually work. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it is an actual formula. It is this number, the nutrition number times the saturation number is how much saturation is actually being stored. Times 2. Thus means this is 2 times 1 times 2 means stores 4 saturation. This stores 6 saturation. This one should be absolutely freaking diabolical. This one here. Maybe this one's no, this one's the craziest one. 5 times 7 is 35 times 2. That stores 70 saturation. So after you've eaten a cooked spider leg, you will never have to eat again. Which I think is what I've done wrong the entire time. The saturation modifiers are... I've noticed this and I found this weird why there's an F, because that means it's a float, but usually this shouldn't be allowed to store comma numbers. Because nutrition also doesn't. So the saturation modifiers shouldn't do that either, but I figure it probably rounds it somewhere to the nearest full, because it doesn't work. It can't, I don't think it can store a non-full number or half no, probably full number of saturation. Because if I give this 2.5, it'll not work, as you can see. So that's what I found really weird. So what I'm effectively going to do is I want this to store 1 saturation, so I give this effectively 0.25 F onto nutrition, obviously. So I have to recalculate every single one of these, because 2 times 0.25 is half. And then a double is 1. So if I want to keep all these numbers close to what they are, however, then how does it store like half numbers? How can it store? How can a steak store 12.8 saturation points? How can that be possible? I don't really get it. I will probably have to get out my calculator for this. I'll actually close my stream and get out the calculator, because I don't want to do it on the desktop. It's stupid having to switch tabs. So this is 0.25. I can basically take that and put it into all these, because... And then this one, I want it to be... No, this one's probably 0.33. Because if I wanted to store 1.5, I need 1.5 divided by 2 divided by 2. Oh, it's 0.375. Now that actually makes a lot more sense. 0.375. Don't know if that even makes sense on like crazier basis. Now if I want to store 1.4 saturation points, we need to have 3.4 0.35. Then we want to store 3.6 at 3. 3.6 divided by 3, 0.6. Then 1 at 1, so it's 1 times, no, that should be 0.5. Then 1 at 2.4 is just 1.2. That is a crazy modifier. That is higher than the golden apple. If we Google this, I mean, if we look, I can no. Saturation modifier. No. Also not it. Saturation modifier include non-project files. More. God damn it. Can I just modifier like golden apple. Golden apple under include non-project. The golden apple under net item. Where could this be? This is food components. See, the highest ones are golden carrots and golden apples. They have the absolute highest modifiers, and 1.2 times 4 is 8 times 4 times 2, so that is 8.4. No, it is not 8.4. I mean, I need to take out this calculator because there's one or something else. So this 8 times 1.2, 9.6 saturation. No, wait, I need to fact check this. Actually. This is 12 times 1.2. 14.4. A steak isn't even that. Wait, do we have a steak? Where is a steak? Should be undercooked beef. 8 at 0.8. So that is 16 at 0.8. Is literally 12.8. And this is 14.4. This isn't much better. My people, this is not that much better. Steaks are the new meta. I'm telling you. The golden carrots aren't worth it. They give you less they give you like 14.4 instead of 12.8. That is 1.6 more. That is not a lot. Is this known to the world that it is not crazy? And yes, they are right. It is literally like ChatGPT was right with what it told me. There is like a general pattern. 1.2 is junk food, not junk food in the way that we can probably not in the way that we think probably, but it is literally the tropical fish, glowberries, sweet berries, all have low saturation, salmon. Basically all the raw foods have 0.1. And they just have different nutrition. And then there's 0.1. There is not a single one with 0.2. Apparently. And they're all single numbers. So my 0.25 and 375 all don't make sense, even if they work. But there's not a single one with 0.2. And there's also not a single one with 0.4. There's only 0.1, 0.3. Weirdly, there's no 0.4 either. Then there's 0.6. .8. There's also not a single one. And then there's 1.2. On golden apple, and wait, enchanted golden apple gives you 4 and 1.2. Golden apple gives you 4 and 1.2. Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. However, I don't get it. I don't get it why this is so specific. There's literally only these numbers. However, on nutrition there is everything. Rabbit stew gives 10 nutrition, which is absolutely diabolical, guys. So if we look at this and we change our mod items, food components I mean, because apparently there's just nothing in between 0.1 0.1. What's the things that have 0.1? There is cod, there is cookie, there is honey bottle, okay, there is pufferfish. Honey bottle gives 6 nutrition. That is absolutely diabolical. Now, if I give this 0.3, which is like a lot more, which is like the territories of horse fruit, chicken, beef, an apple, pumpkin pie, rabbit, potato, pork chop, poisonous potato, mutton. Very, very interesting. So I think doing this is a thing I may do because it is stated to be a lot better. It is also the most difficult one to craft. I don't even remember how to craft it. I think it actually uses a diamond. Or a diamond. No, it uses diamonds to craft. Then fermented potatoes would make sense to just be the same as all potatoes, I guess. Because the potato is somewhere. Potato has 0.3 at 1. And then the poisonous potato has 0.3 at 2. And I'm giving mine 0.3 at 2. So fermented potato and poisonous potato are the same. with the benefit of the fermented potato not giving you poison. Hope that makes sense. I really hope it does, because that is some pretty crazy math here. Then there is 0.6, which is used for cooked foods and breads and beetroot. Well, beetroot just has a really, really low nutrition. So this isn't always the same. Um, 0.6 is not used a lot, as you can tell. There being nothing between 0.3 and 0.6 actually kind of disturbs me, because it is kind of crazy. Mod food components. The 0.3 on the fermented potato are okay, 0.6 on grass stew. Well, I guess. So then our mud soup does also require 0.6 because it legally is a stew. So does this require 0.6 because it also is a stew. The grava sandwich also requires 0.6 because it is a sandwich. The spider leg is a raw food, so it requires 0.1 by well definition. Cooked spider leg is a cooked food, so it needs about 0.8. At 5, that is pretty decent. Should be comparable to the cooked, the better cooked meats. Exactly. Spider eyes as well, okay. Didn't know that. Then slime pie. Pies do not actually have that much. Where are the pies? There, this is a pie, this has 0.3. Which is the only pie. But this is basically a copy of the existing pie, so we need it to be 0.3 as well. And then the watermelon drink obviously probably needs 0.1 or 0.3, there's no question. Dry kelp, for example, weirdly has this 0.3. It isn't quite always like the same, but it is always similar. Now giving this one 0.3 is actually kind of a crazy move, I have to say. Now 0.1 on the watermelon drink actually makes quite a lot of sense. However, I don't think there is a 1 at 0.1. This would be equal to a tropical fish. Eating a tropical fish will give you the same nutritional and saturational values as drinking the watermelon drink. I guess that is pretty decent. I could pump this up to 0.3. However, I do not think that is necessary. On the ice cream, however, I'm not sure, because food components, we barely have anything that actually has 2. This is equal to a poisonous potato, a melon slice, a cookie, cod, raw chicken. Oh, there's actually quite a lot more. Spider eyes, sweet berries. These are all better, or equal, because this is literally the worst this can get. So this is a really bad food. Ice cream is a really bad food in terms of statistics. So that's basically all that matters. It is bad. It is bad. No matter what you do, it is always bad. Except for the diamond ore chunk ice cream, which is pretty good. Could give these higher saturation modifiers. However, I feel like this is not justified. And I mean, the watermelon drink is literally worse than a watermelon slice, which we obviously cannot do. It removes your status effect, which is something I didn't even know honey does, so we can't really count that as a positive. It is also an effect that is relatively rare. I mean, nausea doesn't just happen. So we either have to give it more nutrition, which I think makes sense. The watermelon slice, or the melon slice, where's the melon? Melon slice gives you 0.3 at 2. Which is kind of crazy actually. That is as good as an ice cream then. The best ice cream. So we have to give this at least 2 in order to make this good, and at least 0.3, so it's at least equal to a watermelon slice. If you get what I'm saying. Because otherwise it's just broken, it's so bad, it's literally broken. We could up the nutrition to 1.5 for the ice creams. But most of them are relatively simple to craft in mid or late game, so that would be broken. No, it wouldn't be broken, but I mean, if you have a cactus farm and have a snowy biome nearby, you're basically set on ice cream forever. It is stupid to craft, I guess, but to get the actual things needed, it is probably really easy. Question is, does a Creeper Crunch ice cream take green dye or lime dye? I think it actually uses lime dye. And technically real ice cream is made using milk and not snow. But for simplicity's sake, I've decided to use a snowball. Because I mean, snowballs have no use. It's no use. And, well, milk is really difficult to get your hands on. So I feel like eating a snowball with flavor is justified to only give you relatively low values here. However, we could give it more nutrition in order to balance the saturation out a bit. And then just... this one will be absolutely diabolical because it literally has 3 times the saturation then. So 3 times 0.1 would be 0.3 times 2 would be 0.6 saturation. While this one will do 0.3 times... will do 3 times that. This one has 0.6. Well, this one has 1.8. Which is a diabolical difference. An invisible difference, but a diabolical one at that. I think that is pretty crazy. So I guess we'll leave it at this. This is really... this is just an Easter egg, you know? This is supposed to be an Easter egg, and it's supposed to just make people feel that this is the best ice cream, but it literally is so much better than everything else. So now this is on par with the fermented potato, the slime pie, and the watermelon drink. Well, these are on par with the literal raw spider leg. I guess that is okay. This should be okay. We didn't really do much on there. So we can close these components here. Just, I have to really take this into account that all golden items have a 1.2 F on the saturation modifier. So that is basically 120%. I guess. It is a float, I know, but you can basically see this that as 10% of your set nutrition. Well, technically it's 20. I don't know why they added that 2 times multiplier. I guess you could have just... No, well, that does make sense though, because it gives these numbers kind of more... gives you a better perspective on these. So this is also always edible, I think. Always edible on the watermelon drink, obviously. Wonder if eating these always edibles like the honey bottle or the chorus fruit actually gives you the saturation, because it doesn't give you any nutrition. That's why I wonder, does it give you saturation? Because it is in fact an invisible stat, so you can only see it with using like a mod like apple skin, which gives you the benefit of seeing the saturation. And I will have to download apple skin and use it together with my mod to find out how saturation actually behaves, or without my mod at that, because I just need to find out how saturation actually behaves in game. So what we're going to do now is on the custom stew item and custom drink item, I can close these both. So now everything should be in order. Now I just need to change the texture of the watermelon drink. For that we need obviously to have paint.net DOG, and I can close that stuff. For once, thanks for nothing. I just opened the JSON file. Stupid. Watermelon drink. Where did I just drag that? Open. Watermelon.png. Now, obviously, as you can see, this is my slime pie texture. And what I, however, need, and it's going to look deep fried again. I don't even think you can... Oh no, you can see it, but only barely. That there's a grid on here. So under item, no, wrong. Sadly wrong. What is that? What is that? Under the resource packs, under my 1.21.11 template, there is a bottle in under assets, Minecraft items. No, assets, Minecraft textures items. There we go. Item. So there's a bottle, right? And there should only be... Oh, the honey bottle and ominous bottle do actually have separate textures. Now I wonder if I open these real quick. This is a water bottle. And if we open the honey bottle, it looks exactly the same, except that there's honey in it. Who would have expected that, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to probably take the honey bottle texture, make it red, and with a little less contrast. I don't want to copy, you know, vanilla stuff too harshly, like too much. But if I can color grade this to be more red, basically like this, I think we need a melon slice actually to do this more accurately. A watermelon slice. I will add a new layer and I'll just move this to the side here. somewhere. I don't even know where. There isn't really that many pixels to it, so I'll grab this again and I'll try to color correct this to hit the melon's color as well as I possibly can. Actually, there is an easier way that I've done this in, and we all know how I did this. That is by taking the 1, 2, 3 shades, 1, 2, 3, 4 shades here, sadly, of the watermelon, and actually just paint this in. Now the issue with this is that I have no idea what color I've just painted. I'm making the brightest one a custom color, potentially. I don't know, we'll see. If it looks bad, I'll not do it. Right, so this is where the custom color would come into play. We have this color. That color. So we go on R from 175 to 191 to 193, 22, 49, 60, 11, 35, 45. So this one only goes up a little. It's this one, and so does the last one. So if you just go up in the same fashion, this should be the color that it would technically have to be. Don't know, does this look good? I mean, it doesn't look bad, for sure. I mean, it is like a really good color. We could even go maybe a bit more into the brights. Yeah. A little more contrast. Yeah. I mean, these two have a really big jump. These two colors. These two barely, and these two, I don't know, they probably have a bigger jump actually. These jump by 10, this one by 11, and this one by 2. This one jumps by 11, 11, and 2. So the jump here is bigger. So I'll have to bring these down a tiny bit. This is like invisible territory. But now it is, I think, the correct order of operations. It probably was like 2 colors ago, but I don't care. Now I need these stones, and I don't know. I've thought about this, and I don't know if I want to just add these. Just like axe. Just like this, actually. This doesn't look all too shabby, I feel like. Just if we add them randomly. I don't know where they look best. Definitely not like this. Definitely also not like this. But I just want to space them out a bit. Also, I don't know if it makes sense that the drink has, you know, stones in it, because effectively it probably wouldn't. No, I don't want to do. I probably, like, I mean, it would give it, like, it gives it a lot of character if you add stones. But now it looks like you just pressed a literal melon into there, and I think you would take your time to probably remove the stones from the melon. However, it now looks like a red potion. And I think it just needs the stones, honestly. I feel like it really benefits from them. I don't want to make them interfere with the glass too much. That also looks weird. Because it now looks like it's sitting on the glass. You know, like it's just only where glass is. And I don't know if this is avoidable. Maybe we only need 2 stones. I feel like this looks pretty good. You know what? We're going to use it like this. Merge that, save that. And look at it in game, I guess. Cannot believe it took me this long, but I can also barely believe that it actually worked. Literally works. A breakthrough in this mod. The second one I've had after the eggs. The egg saga took me like what, 4 streams? This at least only took me 2. And it wasn't even the only thing I added in the previous stream, so we're on a pretty good streak here. Wrong, I keep going to this tab. Let's go. The watermelon drink. I have to say it really did benefit from the stones. Good addition. Good addition. Now I don't know if the crafting recipe really is that good. I mean, it's only 1 melon slice. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they even have different stone colors. Could have probably given one stone a different color then. I mean, it's pretty decent. We have crafted drink. I could have given it 2 different colors. Yes, I could have given the upper stone a brighter color. And it kind of triggers me that I didn't. So, now that this is sorted though... Does it burp? It does. If I drink a water bottle, does it burp? It doesn't. This also drinks faster. The water bottle drinks faster than the melon drink. It is less filled. The water bottle is less filled. You know how it is. You know how it is. When you know when you buy water bottles. Look, I have my water bottle here. And this is impossible to show due to the angle of the camera. It's from up top, but if I show you, my water bottle is currently filled up to here approximately. If I like up to here, if I tilt it over. Now I did refill this myself and I already drank a bit, but I usually refill it to like pretty much below. Like you can see there's a smiley on it. Where's the camera? You can see there is a smiley on it, and I usually fill it up until that smiley. But when I buy it, it is not that full. So, you buy water bottles, even in Minecraft, they're not actually filled. But if you make your drinks yourself, you can fill them whatever you want. Even until right below the edge. Now, it would have been a funny thing if I just added 1 more pixel of clearance than the honey bottle has, but 1 less than the water bottle has, which would make this basically very unique texture, but I didn't. I really filled it. Now I want to give it the different stone color. I think I might have even used the bright one on both. That could actually also be true. And I want to give it... I don't know if I want to give it a different crafting recipe to use sugar as well. Because it kind of makes sense. So the crafting recipe needs sugar. Minecraft sugar. And then the texture needs opening again. Watermelon drink, open. Now I thus also need to open the... Never opened, obviously. Because it's, well... No. Melon. Now, I don't know why it is specified that this is a watermelon drink, because that's the only melon there is. Now, I don't know which one of these I used, but I'm going to find out in a second. Oh no, I did use the darker one. So now we have a bit more, you know, a bit more texture and I think that is pretty decent. So, that is it. I will commit this to my project. Watermelon drink. And it is not unfinished. Watermelon drink. Watermelon drink. Updated. saturation modifiers. That is literally all I did, I think. Did they still do exist in custom, right? They do. Good. Removed. Yeah, no, they weren't really removed, they were just moved. But well. Should all be correct, so we're going to commit and push. And there is 0 errors. Let's go. Where's your master? It's just so good. Save. And I'll close this. I'll actually save it a few more times. Just to be sure. And that, my people, will be it for today. I again streamed almost an hour longer than I anticipated to. Or at least 50 minutes longer by now. Because I was again 3 minutes late. But yeah, this was a great stream. We've added 1 item, but at least it's working. So let's get out. Yeet. Also, this song is called Till 10 PM. It is close to 11 PM for me, but the stream was supposed to end at 10, so very ironic.
Tonight, the number 1 rule is there's no rules. Take shots back to back, we fucked up standing on top of bar stools. I don't care about how I look to them or anything they got to say. Champagne bottles in the club tonight, and we gonna make them spray. Cause we going all day and we going all night. 5 in the morning, I forgot about that flight. I ain't worried about it. I wish I didn't live life so careless. Life seem to be more fun when you care less. Not a worry in my mind, yes, no stress. Scrolling through my phone, starting to see some weird texts. Couple pretty girls trying to have some phone sex. I lose track of the future cause I live in the moment. This life is yours, so you might as well own it. My parties are the greatest, so you know you can't clone it. And if you can't hang, might as well go home, bitch. Celebrate life cause life never ends. Even when the motherfucking cops come in. Pull them up a shot and tell them going from 10 in the morning till 10 PM. We won't even stop when the cops come in. Cause me and my brothers and a bunch of bitches only hang with real, we don't fuck with snitches. If you wanna test me, you can come and get this, but don't be surprised when you are the witness. Celebrate life cause life never ends, even when the motherfucking cops come in. Swarm up a shot and tell them going from 10 in the morning till 10 PM.